Hi there and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another haul for you here today, mainly I think designer fragrances and maybe one niche, but yeah, let's get started. So the first two are actually fragrances I've smelt before. The first one is Black Opium by YSL. I'm sure everyone and their mother has smelt this or owned this at some point, and I've definitely smelt it. It's kind of a coffee, vanilla, slightly spicy, pretty well-known patchouli. I definitely get the patchouli in here. Fragrance. I just happened to find a good deal on it recently, so I got, what is this, the 50 ml? Yeah, a 50 ml bottle just to have as reference, and I think it's actually a fairly nice one to wear in the fall and winter. It's warm, it's spicy, a little bit bitter with the coffee, but quite nice, and sometimes you just want to smell like Black Opium. So the next one, following on the black trend, is actually Tom Ford Black Orchid. Another one I've smelt many times, never purchased, got a really good deal on it recently. And this one, you get the patchouli as well, but it's darker, you got darker florals, get some jasmine. It's really like almost woody and smoky. I like the bottle. The bottles are obviously nice on Tom Ford. All of the different bottles are quite nice, and this is actually, I think, my first Tom Ford that I've actually owned, and I like it. It's not bad. Again, very much not in season, and it'll be really good for fall winter, but it is quite nice. Then there's a fragrance that I hear no one talking about and I absolutely love. It's Busha Whole, and Busha Whole is actually a jewelry company, and they have some fragrances as well, and this one I actually picked up because when I was younger, my mom used to wear this perfume, Busha Whole Eau de Toilette, and they smell nothing alike. This one, for anyone who's interested, I've had for a very long time. I keep for nostalgic purposes because it's a very heady floral, very 80s. It smells very dated, honestly, and it's a strong, strong floral, and it almost bitter in the way that I think it has basil or cardamom or something. It's almost bitter in how strong it is with the floral, but it reminds me of when I was younger and what my mom used to wear. So when I saw that this version, Busha Whole, which again shares none of the same DNA, was only like $20 or $30 Canadian, I picked it up. You definitely get the pear. It starts off really strong with a pear note, which is interesting. It's not a note that's usually used in fruity or floral fragrances. And then you get orange blossom, which I love. That's one of my favorite notes. And you get some white florals, definitely, but it's very fresh and almost aquatic. And I'm not one to really love all aquatic fragrances. Like, I love Turquatic by MAC, but aquatic can go weird or marine-like for me sometimes. But this one is just so beautiful, so clean, almost as if the flowers, the white florals, have like dew on them. It's watery and beautiful for spring. For this time of year, it's a stunning, stunning, kind of really inexpensive fragrance to have during the spring, and I hear no one talking about this. So if you see this for sale anywhere and you like fresh white florals, definitely pick it up. Then a fragrance that I actually saw so many times on YouTube, it's called Halloween. I think the brand is now called Halloween, but this one's by J. Del Pozo, not exactly sure, but now there's a bunch of flankers of Halloween. This is just the original Halloween, and speaking of aquatic and how it can kind of go wrong, there is a marine accord in this, which I don't love, and I don't know if it's the marine or there's a myrrh note. I don't know if it's the myrrh combined with all the other notes that make it weird on my skin, but I love violets. That's probably my favorite note, or top 3 at least, and this has been really, really recommended for violet lovers, and you do get a violet. It's a very clean kind of body splash type violet, but if you're interested in watery violets or violets in general, you never know, definitely pick this up. It's, again, probably only $15, $19. I just didn't like that one note. I'll definitely wear it and finish it, but it's not a repurchase for me. Then we've got Sweet by Lolita Lempicka. And I really, really like Lolita Lempicka. I've had a number of her perfumes throughout the years. This one I picked up because it's supposed to have a very candy cherry note, and it does. I mean, I'm sure there's many other notes in here, maybe some vanilla, maybe some other fruits, red berries definitely, but what you get is very much like a candied 90s cherry. If any of you remember cherry lip glosses, not the cherry chapstick, but the cherry lip gloss by Lip Smackers, or just those cheapy ones that you had when you were little in the 90s, this smells so much like that. It's synthetic, it's sweet, it's sickly in the way that it's fruity, it's very young, but sometimes you just want that kind of cherry note, and that's what it's got. So the next one is Poison by Dior, and this is one, again, I'd smelt so many times throughout the years, never picked it up. It's very interesting. This one, it has a lot of notes in this perfume. It was very famous when it first came out. It's floral, but in kind of an interesting way. It's balsamic and floral. I feel, and I don't know if it's just the name that makes me feel this way, but there's something about the combination of the notes or the accords makes it smell a little bit poisonous, but in a good way. It's one I like. It's definitely one for fall and winter. It's also dated in a way. I'd still wear it because I enjoy it and I don't mind, but it's one that definitely smells like perfume smelled like when it was released. So in that way it's dated, but I still enjoy it. Then I got another perfume that no one really talks about, and it's Truth by Calvin Klein. And it's one, it was a blind buy. I read the notes. I knew pretty much what it was going to smell like and that I wouldn't absolutely love it, but it seemed unique or different from the ones I had, so I picked it up. It's very green and citrusy. I would say it really does smell like if you were to eat kind of like a Granny Smith apple while laying on a freshly mowed lawn, if I can get that specific. It's very green. Like, you really get that grass smell. So in that way, it's very fresh. It could definitely be unisex because it pretty much just smells like grass and maybe a little bit of citrus, maybe a light floral, but honestly on my skin, it's just extremely green. So it's good for when you're really hot weather, or if you're just feeling like you want to wear a green fragrance. Yeah, it's good for that, but otherwise it's not a repurchase for me. This one, the next one, is Something Blue by Oscar de la Renta. This is one that I'd seen so many times for really cheap at Winners or Marshalls or drugstores, and finally I just decided to pick it up. It's kind of just your run-of-the-mill floral, nothing really special about it, honestly. I think Something Blue was to insinuate that it's like your Something Blue if you were to get married. It's not something that really stands out to me. It's one that I'll probably continue to just wear just to use up, but nothing I would recommend. Then we have Chloe, and it's Fleur de Chloe, I think is what it's called. But I'll list the actual name right here for you. Yeah, this one, I like Chloe fragrances. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea. They're incredibly floral. And this one, you get the rose, probably some orange blossom, jasmine. It's very floral, even more so than many of my other Chloe fragrances, which is saying a lot. But it's nice. It reminds me of my mom. My mom loves Chloe fragrances, and it's just nice to have. It's part of my collection. Then two more. This is a pretty controversial one in the fragrance community. It's Decadence by Marc Jacobs. You either love or hate it, and the same goes for the bottle. I hate the bottle. This isn't my cup of tea. It doesn't store very well, but I was actually one of the few people, I guess, that kind of fell in between. For me, I don't love it or hate it. Some people say it smells like pickle juice, which if I just smell it out of the bottle and think about that, I can get why you would think that. But I get a lot of kind of like a jammy plum. I definitely get that. And it's not a fragrance that's for everyone. It's one that, again, I probably wouldn't have picked up. I know I wouldn't have picked up full price, but but to have as part of my collection and to wear when I'm in the mood, now that I got it for a good price, I picked that up. And finally, one that was actually ended up being really interesting. This is another one I have to spray to smell. This one is Lacoste Perfume, and it's one that I would have never picked up if I hadn't just seen it for really, really cheap. But to me, it just immediately smelled super clean in the way that like clean skin would smell. So it wasn't clean as like a laundry detergent clean, like the clean line has like warm cotton or cool cotton and laundry detergent, but this one is just really, really interesting. It smelled like clean skin. You almost smelled the skin part of it, which seemed weird, but then I looked up the notes and one of the notes said warm woman's skin accord or something like that. And it was weird, but you truly do get that. At least I do on my skin. You get that warm skin, clean skin smell. And then some light florals or citrus, but it's a really good one to have just simply to use right after the shower in the spring and summer when you don't want something super strong. I actually really enjoy it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me. See you next time.